Hey, what's up, my little tattletales? What's up, Sussex Squad? How are you guys doing today? Well, if you are Camilla, the Queen's escort, I'm sorry, so the Queen's side chick, and also Charles, you are playing a really weird and stupid PR game. Y'all, do you know Charles and Camilla keep having photo ops with Harry and Meghan's picture in the back while they keep throwing shots in the media? But get this is the best part. They literally put a story out, I'm guessing this is Paula's sources, saying that Netflix was shaking and quaking because, Charles was throwing his weight around and they don't know what to do, and the Harry and Meghan show was going to be delayed. The only problem is Harry and Meghan's team reached out to Page 6 and said, nah, it's coming out as soon as possible. As a matter of fact, when we planned, y'all, you cannot make this up. Let's get into this. Hit that like and subscribe button. But let me just say this before I actually get into the reports. You know what I think the thing is? It's about having power and control. The royal family is obsessed with it. I guess when that's your only job, to have power and control, and you were ordained by God, I'm guessing that's what they're telling everybody, to actually rule, you become obsessed with having power and control. Now, let's talk about this though, because I think that the palace has gotten the memo. The Crown is still airing. Netflix was like, we are $1 billion company. You must be out of your GD mind if you think we are delaying the next season of The Crown, especially after you guys are bringing all the drama, right? So Netflix is $1 billion company, and I'm guessing, well, yeah, they are an American company. I don't understand why the royals don't understand. You don't run anything over here. Netflix is not trying to get the Order of the Garter, the Knight of the Round Table. They're not trying to get any accolades. Why would we ever stop our bag? And it's going to be a huge bag, not to air The Crown. And also, this is the weird thing. After that, we're not going to fall for a 1-2 punch on Harry and Meghan's documentary. And listen, that's how the Brits don't understand America. If it doesn't make dollars, it doesn't make sense, especially when it comes to corporations. They can sit there and talk trash. And you know how you know they don't understand them? Because the way they didn't understand Meghan. Meghan was like, bet, this is my duties for the week. Okay. Who am I meeting on Monday? Can I have his bio? Can you give me some information? I just want to make sure that I know what's going on. Okay, what am I doing on Wednesday? Can you give me some information on this charity? How can we actually help them? What can we do? Her literally sending an email or a text message before she went to sleep saying, hey, when you wake up and get into the office, do you mind sending me this? Do you not understand that, yeah, for good or bad, we are motivated by success, we are motivated by money, but also we're motivated by the fact of, if you're going to do a job, do it well. There's like a personal pride in your work. And I'm not saying people over in the UK don't feel that, but I don't think the royal family feels that way. Like, for instance, if I was Kate, I would be super insulted that every time I tried to do something, all y'all did was talk about my nail polish, my hair, some outdated Chanel jacket that I was wearing. And the fact that I'm dressed like a 90-year-old, like the Queen Mother had more flair than Kate. The fact that I'm dressed like a 90-year-old and I'm not even 40, right? But that's all that she aspires to be, and she knows her place, and she's happy with it. Whereas, I don't know. But let's get in to what's going on with this Netflix documentary, because okay, so back to my point. They're obsessed with control, y'all. They realize that nothing is stopping Netflix. So now they're trying to make it seem like Netflix hemmed and hawed and they were scared and this and that. But then finally they said, okay, fine, we'll do it. Because even though they know it's coming out, they still want to seem like they're in control and that they somehow had any say or had any impact. It's a weird power dynamic and one that's not working. Again, I will say, in the past of days yonder, when there was only Time magazine, maybe this worked, but now that there's social media, you just can't stop. And I know a lot of people in my comments saying, well, when all the smoke clears, the record will reflect in 100 years. And I say, you guys are being you guys are in your hubris a little bit too much, because baby, you really think the BBC is going to be around in 100 years? Fine if it is, but do you really think it's going to be the place of record that everybody goes to in 1,000 years? They're going to look back to the BBC. Who is really in hubris? Or are they going to actually slip through Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, blogs to actually find out what was going on? The one thing that we're facing, and the problem is, there is now too much data. But if you have a wealth of data and you have to sort through it, why would you go to the BBC? Something that it is on record that the palace is controlling and editing. I'm a historian. I almost know 100 years from now. Think about the way we look at the historians with ancient Egypt. You act like there's going to be a tablet that said, no, this is all you need to know about ancient Egypt. And we're like, okay, we're going to start like excavating and blah, 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 right? No. Why would we stop if we want information? We would keep going until we got to the truth, especially if we knew that the other ones were just PR pieces, propaganda. Anyway, it's just so nonsensical to me, but let's get into this, right? Now, how have Charles and Camilla once again been playing in everybody's face, right? The fact that Charles and Camilla, I think Charles greeted the Prime Minister, Liz Truss, as she plunges the UK into hell, literally, right? And also, I believe Camilla met a few people, or she did a photo shoot at the palace, and she also had a picture of the Sussex in the background. Now, here's the thing. There is power in this, and I remember how angry and hurt Harry was when the Queen did her address and Harry was not in the background. That is about when Harry and Meghan said, you know what, we're out. We're just going to leave, because they were sending a message. Apparently, those pictures in the background mean something, and maybe this would have meant something 3 years ago. But here's the thing. Harry and Meghan have left, right? They have built incredibly successful lives for themselves. And Harry, before he met Meghan, was never happy in royal life. And now he has the freedom and financial independence that he wants. I mean, think about it. They can't even be trusted not to act a fool at his Meemaw's funeral. You really think Harry would be dumb enough to give these people financial control where every time first of all, they want him to give the Netflix money back, give all the stuff back. And then you want me to come back under your thumb where every time I even need to buy Archie some Lunchables and Capri Sun, I have to ask for your permission? You're out of your mind. Only a fool would do that. And the one thing that Harry's proven, no matter how much they want to say different, is the one thing he's proven in the last 3 years is he's not a fool. Not with the person he married, not with his plans, and not with the way he lived his life. Again, I don't know much about Harry before the Meghan Markle effect, but she definitely helped him grow into the man that he has become. So again, this picture thing might have worked when they were thinking about the Sussex debacle, but no longer. But anyway, let's hear this BS report that they're postponing the documentary. They said, this is fan fiction, by the way, but let's go with it, because even their fan fiction tells on them. Rattled after attacks on season 5 of The Crown, Netflix has decided to postpone its documentary series featuring Harry and Meghan, the Duke and Duchess of Sussex, until next year. The documentary unofficially happened slated to stream on Netflix in December, following the November 9th launch of The Crown. However, Netflix came under fire over the weekend from former UK Prime Minister John Major. Again, they know nothing about America. Of the former UK Prime Minister attacked Netflix, and Netflix literally rolled their eyes and said, thanks for the free publicity, bub. I wish the royals would get a clue and realize you guys literally built Harry and Meghan's mystique. Seriously, the international interest, even with the Crown, it's like the more you guys wave your hands, the more we're like, oh, well, what's the big deal? Anyway, Prime Minister John Major, who complained about a plotline in episode 1 of season 5, suggesting that in 1991, Prince Charles summoned Major to moan about having to wait to take over the throne. Major has insisted that no such conversation about a plot to overthrow the late Queen took place and described it as malicious nonsense. You guys, the fact that they don't think that everybody knows that this is fiction, I don't understand. So they're fine with royal biographers writing their folklore because they control that. They're fine with the royal biographers writing folklore about Harry and Meghan. But when it comes to Netflix putting folklore, then they have a problem. And unlike the royal biographers, Netflix actually says, yeah, this is pretty much like, 40% bullshit, but it's 60% truth. So enjoy, guys, right? Other establishment figures spent the weekend savaging a show that they've yet to see, often relying on inaccurate reports of what the season 5 episodes are supposed to contain. But following days of negative front page stories, executives at Netflix felt that it would be foolhardy to stream The Crown in November, followed by Harry and Meghan in December. they're rattled at Netflix, and they blinked first and decided to postpone the doc. Again, I think they're literally putting stuff out there, hoping Netflix is like, oh, okay, thanks for the out. And Netflix is like, it's not happening. They said the untitled documentary series produced by Netflix and Archwell did not set an official broadcast date. However, officials at Netflix have stated several times this year that they want to do a royal double whammy, with The Crown of Room first to be followed a few weeks later by the docuseries, some of which was filmed at Harry and Meghan's Montecito estate. Both Netflix and Buckingham Palace have been ultra sensitive about both The Crown and the docuseries since Queen's death on the 8th, which is when Charles ascended to the throne. It may well suit the Duke and Duchess to have the documentary delayed while they reconsider its content. There's also anxiety about the filming next week of the scenes that led to Princess Diana's death in Paris. Netflix has stipulated that the crash impact scenes will not be shown. They don't, again, it staggers me so much how much the British monarchy know nothing about American culture. And here's the thing, they don't have to, because they're their own little fishbowl. But the fact that they're trying to sway American public opinion, bully American companies, and get their fingers in the American pie, I would think it would behoove them to just for 1 second, just do a little bit of research, right? You don't have to care, but can you at least be knowledgeable? They're not going to see the crash impact. They don't need to. Anyway, Netflix said Monday, there's never been any documentary from the Duke and Duchess of Sussex confirmed. Deadline has reached out to Archwell for comment. You guys, but here's this. Page 6 claimed that Deadline's story is a lie and that the plan is still to release the Sussex documentary in December. Y'all, if I was Charles, Camilla, William, and all them, I would be worried. And that's just the way I like them. Anyway, y'all, hit that like, subscribe button. Don't forget the Royal Podcast is dropping soon. Just trying to get it perfect for you guys. And also, we are going to do a book club on Prince Harry's book. And of course, I'll be here to see the palace meltdown about the crown. Anyway, y'all, I will talk to you later. Bye.